suffer a fool. I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me. Suffer a fool. I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me. You've seen me stumble and you've seen me fall. You have seen me.
Hello and welcome to our 10th and final day of our series Solace for the Struggling. The ideas, information and questions presented in this series have been primarily drawn from the book of Proverbs and the work of the Christian psychologist Dr. Henry Cloud in his video 10 Tips for Navigating Hard Times. Today's question is, are you putting your difficulties into a larger narrative? What would you say makes for a good story? Or whether it is in print or on stage or on screen, I think that there are a number of ways to answer that question. The elements of a good story could include compelling characters, engaging plot, meaningful themes, and an intriguing opening. But perhaps one of the most important elements to good storytelling is the presence of some conflict and tension and some difficulty to deal with. People tend to like within their story a character with a battle to fight and odds to overcome. I saw an excellent example of that recently in the movie Shrikant, based on the true life story of Shrikant Bolla, who overcame disability and social barriers to become a successful Indian industrialist. The film has scenes which are truly joyous and uplifting, but there are also parts of this story that are very sad. I think one of the reasons why the famous story of Joseph from the book of Genesis is so well loved is because within that story there are real highs and lows. Joseph is loved by his father. Joseph is hated by his brothers. Joseph has big dreams. Joseph's brothers conspire his death and then sell him into slavery. Joseph rises through the ranks to be given responsibility for Potiphar's household. Joseph is sexually harassed and falsely accused of assault. Joseph is thrown into prison. Joseph rises through the ranks. Joseph gains hope through contact in Pharaoh's household. Joseph is forgotten about. Joseph is brought before Pharaoh. Joseph is appointed prime minister. It's an incredible story. In his video on navigating hard times, Dr. Henry Cloud talks about the importance of people who are struggling, seeing their struggles as temporary. He says, sometimes our bad scenes are really bad scenes, but it will get better and things will get worked out. And if they don't get worked out, we can resolve them. Our lives are a long movie. I think that seeing our struggles as scenes from our lives in a long movie is a perspective on our struggles that I think has been really helpful to me. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Possibly the most famous verses in the whole book say this: "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." There is no doubt at all that life can sometimes be a struggle. You may be going through a struggle at this very time. But my hope is that as we develop ideas and strategies and perspectives found within the book of Proverbs, but also as we entrust our lives and our situations to God, my prayer is that not only will he be able to help us to cope with the things that we may be dealing with, but that as we submit our ways to him through prayer, he will be at work on the road ahead of us, straightening out our paths, making a way for us, bringing a scene of our life that has been difficult to a close, and leading us into the next scene.
You've seen me stumble, and you've seen me fall. You have seen me on my knees, and you have heard me call. I've seen you patient, and I've seen you kind. I have seen you making sure I was not left behind. Suffer a fool, I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me. Suffer a fool, I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me. I'm fast to anger, and I'm quick to judge, and I will point a finger, and I will hold a grudge. You've seen my shadows, the places where I hide, and you are always waiting for me on the other side. Suffer a fool, I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me. Suffer a fool, I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me. Suffer a fool, I can hardly believe someone as wise as you could suffer a fool like me.